Deputy Pauline Tully.
Minister, what actions have you taken to address the efficiency and reliability issues with the 30 and 30X bus service which runs between Cavan and Dublin Airport? The service begins in Donegal, goes through Fermanagh, Cavan and then on to the airport.
Thank you, Deputy Minister.
Thank you. I first should clarify that both the 30 and the X30 bus services are part of Expressway, which is the commercial branch of Bus Éireann. Expressway services receive no state subvention and decisions regarding service enhancements are based on commercial viability. The National Transport Authority is responsible for the licensing of public-based bus passenger services under the provisions of the Public Transport Regulation Act 2009, and neither myself or my department have a role in this process. Bus Éireann fully acknowledges the concerns raised regarding the efficiency and reliability of both the 30 and X30 expressway services connecting Cavan and Dublin Airport. At the beginning of this year, the company conducted a review of the route based on customer feedback and punctuality data, and subsequently in February this year applied to the NTA to introduce an improved timetable to better align with the needs of customers and communities along the route. Due to the unique nature of the Cavan to Dublin Airport route, which traverses the border, the timelines for consideration of such applications are extended. This is primarily because of the necessary considerations and approvals required from both the NTA and the relevant authorities in Northern Ireland, and engagement with relevant local authorities. I can confirm that the NTA approved Bus Éireann's request for a licence amendment on October the 7th last. However, during the application process, local authorities required some alterations to the original timetable proposal, which will add some time to the implementation of the changes. I understand that Bus Éireann are on track to roll out the new improved timetable, which will increase the frequency of services at certain stops along Route 30 in the coming months. Additionally, Bus Éireann have made adjustments to creating a more realistic and dynamic timetable, which the company believes will benefit consumers.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a huge issue because, I mean, for example, one couple contacted me and they divide their time between Britain and Ireland. So they use the bus service to the airport approximately once a month for a period of over the last 3 years, and they said not once has the bus come on time. It is consistently late, and it's anything from 30 minutes to an hour. We're not talking about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Nobody would mind that. We know that buses can get held up. But for 30 to an hour. And the last time they went to get the bus, it was 50 minutes late. And then the bus driver said he needed to take 30 minutes to have his break. Now, everyone is deserving of a break, but that should be factored into the bus timetable. It should not affect the bus. So the bus, therefore, was almost an hour and a half late. Now, and when they contact Bus Éireann, they're told, oh, leave lots of time to get to the airport. But I mean, how much time do you actually need? Like hours of additional time to get there. And I hear from holidaymakers that so they might only use this service once or twice a year, but they say the bus has never been on time, and they have to leave, a couple of hours additional time to get to the airport to make their flight. And it's just not an efficient service, and it needs to be addressed.
Well, firstly, with Deputy Tully, I absolutely accept it's unacceptable that if the uncertainty of such a bus, particularly going to the airport where you might be nervous, and even if you're saying go earlier, but the airport times have lengthened because of, in recent years, and that becomes a real cost and a burden to the consumer. So we do need greater certainty. Bus Éireann, it's really working well as a company. The passenger numbers are way ahead of projections, but we need to continue to evolve and get greater efficiency and flexibility in how the company works. And it's in a difficult environment. As I said, these bus services, Deputy Tully, are competing in the market. They're not regulated by the state in terms, they're not public service obligation routes. I think one of the ways, and the reason I'm meeting Bus Éireann later on this week, or early next week, is because it's really thinking big about the company. Thinking how we integrate the school transport system with our public transport system. So we might get real, where you have maybe you might on the current route have 5 services a day. If you can integrate that way, you might get up to 7 services a day, and then the timetable works more effectively for everyone. So I think Bus Éireann they have challenges because it's difficult to get drivers and mechanics. There are real problems with congestion in large parts of the country, which are their biggest impediment. I think we as public officials and as public representatives can do most to help the company there by providing bus gates and enhanced bus priority. But I'm very confident that the company will respond to what they've heard here today and assess the timetables on those Cavan routes, and I'll feed back in due course.